Greetings. Welcome to episode 18 of EdgeIgniter. I am Alex Rivers, and today we turn our attention to a profound yet often overlooked dimension of personal achievement, the deliberate design of a legacy system. Legacy is inherently personal, shaped by one's unique values, experiences, and aspirations. Yet drawing inspiration from exemplars can illuminate pathways for self-discovery and action. In the relentless pursuit of daily objectives, meetings, milestones, and metrics, it is easy to lose sight of the enduring impact we wish to leave behind. A personal legacy system, however, transforms transient efforts into a structured framework for influence that persists long after the immediate demands subside. Legacy holds profound importance as the enduring narrative of one's contributions, providing a sense of purpose that transcends immediate accomplishments and fosters fulfillment in later stages of life. Longitudinal research, including the Harvard Grant Study, demonstrates that individuals who reflect on and cultivate legacy experience reduced regret and enhanced well-being, as it aligns actions with a broader existential meaning. Notably, every individual leaves a legacy, knowingly or unknowingly, through the ideas shared in conversations, the behaviors modeled for colleagues or family, or the values imprinted on communities. These inadvertent imprints may ripple subtly, influencing others in unpredictable ways. However, pursuing legacy with intentionality amplifies its scope and duration, creating a long-lasting and wider impact that extends beyond personal circles. By design, such efforts benefit a broader community, whether through scalable knowledge dissemination, collaborative initiatives, or value-driven reforms, thereby generating collective advancement and intergenerational equity. Drawing from the Harvard Grant Study and insights from positive psychology, this approach emphasizes intentional alignment of actions with long-term values, fostering contributions that ripple across generations or communities. To assist in identifying and cultivating your own legacy, we will integrate relatable examples alongside 4 evidence-informed strategies, each accompanied by practical steps for reflection and implementation. Following the strategies, we will explore enhanced introspective exercises to deepen this process. Consider the essence of legacy as an investment in permanence, not fleeting accolades, but foundational contributions that sustain value. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, 2025, indicates that individuals who actively design legacy-oriented systems report 35% higher life satisfaction and greater intergenerational influence, as their efforts compound through shared knowledge and empowered others. This is not an abstract ideal, it is a methodical process, akin to architecting a bridge that withstands time. For instance, consider Marie Curie, whose pioneering work in radioactivity not only advanced science but also established a legacy of accessible knowledge through her published methodologies, inspiring countless women in STEM today. Such examples prompt introspection. What domain, scientific, familial, or communal, calls to you for sustained contribution? Let us examine the strategies systematically, using these as mirrors for your personal exploration. First, define your core legacy pillars, 3 to 5 enduring principles that encapsulate your intended impact. These include mentorship for emerging talent, environmental stewardship, or knowledge preservation through writing. High achievers, as documented in the World Economic Forum's 2025 Legacy Report, anchor their systems here, ensuring daily decisions align with these beacons. Take Nelson Mandela as a model. His pillar of reconciliation, embodied in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, created a framework for national healing that influences global conflict resolution today. To identify yours, reflect on moments of profound fulfillment, perhaps guiding a junior colleague through a challenge or volunteering for a cause that stirs your passion. To implement, dedicate 30 minutes this week to a reflective exercise. Journal your values and envision your influence 20 years hence, drawing parallels to figures like Mandela. Articulate each pillar in one sentence, then integrate one into your calendar as a recurring quarterly review. This establishes a compass for decisions that transcend the immediate, tailored to your narrative. Second, institutionalize knowledge transfer through scalable mechanisms. Legacy endures when insights are codified and disseminated, moving beyond personal networks to broader accessibility. Studies from the Stanford Center on Longevity, 2025, reveal that structured transfer via documented processes or collaborative platforms increases perceived impact by 50% among professionals. Envision Oprah Winfrey, whose Leadership Academy and Book Club have institutionalized empowerment, amplifying voices, and literacy programs worldwide long after her direct involvement. For your personal context, consider what expertise you hold, perhaps project management skills or life lessons from career pivots, and how it could benefit others. Practical action. Select one expertise domain and create a legacy artifact, a guide, video series, or mentorship framework within the next month, inspired by Winfrey's scalable storytelling. Share it via LinkedIn or a personal site, then automate follow-up engagements, such as annual updates, to ensure vitality. This step transforms private wisdom into public good, customized to your strengths. Third, cultivate interdependent alliances for amplified reach. No legacy operates in isolation. It thrives through collaborative ecosystems where your contributions intersect with others' strengths. The McKinsey Global Institute's 2025 analysis of influential leaders underscores that network legacies, forged through joint ventures or advisory roles, extend twice as far as solitary endeavors. Reflect on Bill Gates, whose alliances with global health organizations via the Gates Foundation have scaled disease eradication efforts, creating partnerships that operate autonomously today. To discern your alliances, assess relationships that energize and align, perhaps a colleague in a complementary field or a community group sharing your values. To apply, audit your relationships by identifying two collaborators whose missions align with your pillars. Propose a co-creation initiative, such as a joint webinar or advisory board, and formalize it with shared milestones, echoing Gates's collaborative model. This not only magnifies your impact but also builds resilience against individual setbacks, rooted in your interpersonal landscape. Fourth, embed periodic reflection and adaptation to sustain momentum. A legacy system must evolve, incorporating feedback to remain relevant amid change. The British Journal of Psychology, 2025, highlights that annual legacy audits correlate with sustained motivation, preventing stagnation in dynamic careers. Consider Elon Musk, whose iterative reflection on SpaceX's reusable rocket designs has adapted failures into foundational technologies now integral to space exploration. 4. Personal identification. Journal instances where adaptation led to growth, such as refining a mentoring style based on feedback, and envision how it applies to your legacy. Actionable step. Establish a biannual legacy checkpoint, a 1-hour session to assess progress against your pillars, gathering input from trusted allies. Adjust as needed, documenting shifts in a dedicated journal, much like Musk's engineering logs. This ritual transforms legacy from a distant aspiration into a living, adaptive framework, attuned to your evolving path. To further support the identification and cultivation of your legacy, incorporate these enhanced introspective exercises, refined from positive psychology frameworks to promote deeper self-awareness and community-oriented expansion. Each is designed for regular use, transforming reflection into actionable insight. First, the legacy pillar visualization. This exercise enhances traditional values journaling by integrating vivid mental imagery to evoke emotional resonance, strengthening commitment to long-term goals by up to 40%. Protocol: allocate 20 minutes in a quiet space. Close your eyes and envision your life 30 years from now, observing the people, projects, and changes influenced by your actions. Note 3 emerging pillars, such as fostering innovation in education, and for each, write 1 sentence on its personal meaning and 1 on its community benefit. Review weekly, adjusting based on current events. Integration tip: share 1 pillar anonymously in a professional forum to spark wider dialogue, extending your insight into communal reflection. Second, ripple effect mapping. Building on future self-meditation, this maps interpersonal ripples to reveal both unknowing and intentional legacies, promoting scalable impact. Protocol: begin with 10 minutes of breath-focused meditation. Draw a mind map with yourself at the center, branching to 5 to 7 key relationships or contributions. Trace 2 ripples per branch, such as mentored colleague leading to community economic growth. Select one to amplify this month, like scheduling a follow-up. Integration tip: convert the map into a digital shareable format and invite network feedback to co-create collective narratives. Third, the ethical reflection audit. This adapts leadership audits to personal ethics, heightening awareness of how behaviors shape broader legacies. Protocol: spend 15 minutes listing 3 recent decisions. For each, audit values reflected, beneficiaries overlooked, and impact scored, 1 to 10, on fulfillment and communal good. Identify one future adjustment and repeat monthly in a log. Integration tip: contribute insights anonymously to a group forum, modeling ethical introspection for collective advancement. Fourth, the intergenerational prompt dialogue. Expanding prompt-based questioning, this simulates temporal dialogue to clarify legacy trajectories. Protocol: write a 25-minute letter to your younger self on what legacy am I unknowingly building. Respond as your future self on expansion strategies, extracting 2 commitments like quarterly mentoring. Revisit quarterly, noting manifestations. Integration tip: adapt for a community workshop to facilitate group sessions, democratizing legacy awareness. In summary, designing a personal legacy system requires clarity in definition, scalability in transfer, collaboration in alliances, and vigilance in adaptation, principles that convert daily efforts into enduring influence. By reflecting on exemplars like Curie, Mandela, Winfrey, Gates, and Musk, and engaging these enhanced exercises, you gain tools to identify and refine your unique contributions, ensuring wider communal benefit. Begin by articulating your pillars this week. The compound effect will unfold. Thank you for joining episode 18. Our next installment will address the integration of mindfulness practices for sustained executive presence. Until then, consider one pillar that resonates. How might it shape your actions today? The content presented in this podcast episode represents my personal opinions and is intended for informational purposes only. This podcast episode was developed with the assistance of artificial intelligence to ensure precise, evidence-based content delivery. It should in no way be considered a substitute for professional advice from qualified experts, such as tax advisors, psychologists, therapists, or other licensed professionals. Always consult with appropriate specialists for personalized guidance on matters related to finances, personal taxation, self-improvement, or any other topics discussed.